But I did think of a good story about myself and Shannon. And this is really a good one. Okay. Shannon was about 10 years old at this time, and my husband, my beautiful husband, was cheating on me. Okay? So, he was cheating with an old girlfriend that he had had when he was... Have I ever told you this one?
I've heard this one. This is the one I was talking about, I think.
Oh, I don't think you've heard this.
Okay. All right. Can't wait.
Okay. So, I kind of like telling this one, because it tells you how tough I am. Okay. So, anyway, I was working for a doctor in town. I was working for a periodontist, and I always wore the white uniform, and I looked real nice, looked like a real lady. So, anyway, so the kids knew that Dick was going out cheating with his old girlfriend, and it was breaking my heart because we had just built this big beautiful home, and so anyway we're passing. She worked at Kroger's. The girl worked at Kroger's, and that was we had a Kroger's in town at that time. So I had picked Shannon up maybe from karate or something. I don't know for sure, but we were on our way home, and it was on a Friday when the grocery stores are packed. Always, everybody gets paid on Fridays. So Shannon said, "Mom, I know what I would do. I would just hit her in the face with a pie." And I thought, oh my God, and we were almost to Kroger's at that time, and I thought, oh my God, that is the coolest idea I've ever heard. So I whirled the car right into the Kroger's parking lot, and I said to Shannon, Shannon, this is what she looks like, and she goes to work at 6 o'clock. She goes to work at 6 o'clock. And so I said, okay, when you see a woman come to the register, and she's got this kind of hair and whatever, I said, you come over. I said, just go to the book department, and then you come over and let me know. So in the meantime, I go to the delicatessen and tell them to make me a cherry pie, or to give me a cherry pie, but it's for some kids, and I want a lot of whipped cream on it. So they had to put it in a cake box. So anyway, so Shannon comes running. Mom, she's in the meantime, I picked up some more groceries too. He comes running over there and said, Mom, she's here. She's here. And I said, okay. And he said, are you going to do it now? I said, yep, going to do it now. So I go into the aisle. I don't go into hers where she's checking me out. I go to the one behind her so that I can be toe-to-toe with her. Because if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. So anyway, and I tell Shannon, stand back here. And but he's still in the line. So I walk up to her, and her name was Sandy. I said, Sandy? And she looks up at me, and I've got the pie out of the box by this time, and I go, whop, right in her face. And you could hear a pin drop. That entire store was silent. And so I look over at my Shannon. He's as white as a sheet. And the guy up in the little booth, I said, I would like to speak to the manager. And this was where I always bought my groceries. I'd like to speak to the manager, please. And he comes down there, and she's standing there, and the pan actually stuck, because the pan was like aluminum, and it had stuck in her face. But I'll never forget, she takes her hands like a little lady and goes like this, and then all this stuff just starts running down her uniform. So I said to the manager when he came over, I said, I realize you will have to call the cops, but I said, just make sure that my son is taken home. And he said, Mrs. Hoon, just pay for your groceries and get out of our store. So Shannon and I go out into the car, and we are laughing so hard. I thought, I mean, laughing to the point where I was actually crying. Because I was nervous in the first place. But after I told him I was going to do it, I had to do it. So you see what happened to his temper, It's like he got the best of me and his dad. So, anyway.
That's great.